Hello friends, welcome into my channel today. Thanks for joining me. My name is Shary. I'm Black Dog Designs. I'm so glad to have you here. If you are new, thank you for joining, and if you're returning, thank you as always. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. This is part of the Grungy #Grungy Tag Challenge 2026. It's brought to us by Lori on YouTube at Piles of Paragraphs. And for February is Folded is the theme. And I worked on this. This was what I came up with for this month. I can't remember what the base was. Just some kind of light cardstock, I'm sure. But anyway, basically, I've got a tag here in the front. It flips up and it flips out. And I've got a little tag here, a little tag here, and a tag on the back on that side, and a tag on this side. So that is my folded. So these are the folds, right? So that is how I made this. I basically covered it with a collage of a bunch of different gel prints. So I really like the way gel print covers it. I like the texture. Ow, it's got a cramp in my thumb. I like the texture that it gives it. It's sort of a rough texture, but it also gives it substance. So I thought I would show you today how we're gonna make that. And I've already cut a sample that we're gonna just sort of cover, do a little collage. We're probably not going to finish it because this isn't going to be a real long video today, but I wanted to show you how I created the base. So what I did for that, where did my other piece of paper go? Good grief. Okay, here it is. So basically I started with, and they're going to be different sizes depending on what size paper you start with. This is kind of a tall one, which is fine. Came out of a music book page. The page came out of a music book. Words are hard today. So basically what you do is you're just going to fold it in half tall wise. And I like it to be about 4 inches. And on my other ones, it was the same way. So it was a little bit more than 4. I feel like 4 is a nice size to put in a journal. A little over 4, I kind of thought might be a little too wide. So cut that down to 4 now on the open end. Otherwise, you're going to end up cutting your flap, right? So once if you care about the direction, you might want to pay attention to that. I'm going to cover this, so it doesn't really matter. So once you folded it in half this way, height-wise per se, then you're going to fold it in half again this way as best you can. And then you're going to take, you can use your bone folder if you want. These are really fun. The prompt for next month is 3 of something. So that's going to be fun. But this one is folded. So let's just set that up there. And then I'm going to take and make my tag-shaped top right here. Well, are you guys, currently the Olympics are on. And sorry about that dropping of my scissors. So yeah, we've been watching the Olympics. Got to watch the U.S. women's ice hockey yesterday, so that was exciting. And I love the curling. Oh my gosh, I'm a curling freak. So basically, when you cut your tag shape, what you're going to get is something that looks like this, right? Then you're going to want to open it up and essentially cut this, but actually you could do it this way because the fold's already here, and it doesn't matter that the page writing is upside down. So you're essentially going to come in and you're going to cut off this panel right here. this guy right there. So I'm going to cut that off. It's really quite simple. And then you also have another nice little tag shape base all ready to go. See? Got a neat little base for your for a future project. So okay, so now we've got basically our folded tag. Okay, that's all there is to it. With some of this tissue, this is tissue deli paper that's been jelly printed on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my glue book, and I'm just going to put glue all up kind of right here because I like it to come over the top. Hands are sore today. Yeah, so anyway, I digress. But yeah, we're watching the Olympics. I love the Winter Olympics. They're my favorite. I do like the summer too, but I'm really more fond of the Winter Olympics. So yeah, the skiing has been fun to watch. Like I said, the hockey, curling, you name it, it's all fun. I'm just gonna kind of set this right here and just sort of press down. If you've never worked with gel prints before, they're a lot of fun. Most of these are ones that were gifted to me in exchanges, but I have a whole bin of jelly print papers that I've done as well. But it's really a lot of fun. So that way you can come in. What I did was, actually you could typically just fold it over, right? Get your scissors. So I hope you're all doing well. Probably said that already, didn't I? Just gotta follow this. That way it covers the front and it just goes over the top for a little bit of added strength. This is the orientation, so that'll be the front. And we can come in and we can cut these off and this off. See, already you have such a pretty base to work with. One of my dogs, if you've been around my channel, you know I have two dogs, Max and Willow. Well, Max, he's my older one. He's got special needs. They're both rescues, but he likes to take his cookies and his treats and bury them. And you can hear him probably barking. I may have to go put his bark collar on him and come back. So I think what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to do this back here too, just to overlap it a little bit. But yeah, he gets his treats, right? And then he goes out and he buries them. And he doesn't like his sister to mess with them. So he gets a little bit froggy with her. Well, when he buries his treats, you tell him, we've taught him that that's a show me. So you tell him, do you have a show me? And then what he does is he takes and he shows you where he's buried the treat. Sometimes he's pretty happy to divulge the information with you, and sometimes he's really not. So it just depends. It's a game to him. It really is a game. He gets so proud of himself and he wants to show you where he's buried his treat. But then sometimes, like right before I started my video, I told him to show me, and he took me to where it is, so I know where it is. But he didn't want to get it out. So, oops. So I just left it. All right, so there we have that part covered and that part covered. Okay, we can still collage on it. Don't worry about that. This is kind of a fun thing to do if you just sort of want to, I don't know, kind of like just chill and meditate and do a little bit of crafting, but you don't want to do anything too difficult. And that would, I'm going to go and put his bark collar on him and be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, he found something to bark at out there. He might have taken his show me out because it looks like the dirt might be disturbed a little bit. I'm not sure. Such a dork. So I'm just going to dig through this pile right here and see if there's anything I feel like maybe would be pretty on the inside. That, I actually like that a lot. I really do. I could put that maybe right here. Oh yeah, I like that. I did the same thing on my other one. Sort of overlapped it just to give it a little bit of extra support there. So we'll do that here. And then you come in with, I didn't do a lot of other embellishments or anything on the other one, but you certainly could. And then depending upon what journal you're going to put it in, maybe you can embellish it at that point. Yeah, I love deli tissue for collaging, and I love, and jelly printing, and I love rice paper too. I don't think there's any rice paper in here. I'll have to do some rice paper collaging, and just same thing. You just can come in and cut your edges off here. Fold that back. Cut it. Trying to stay in frame and not get too much stuff piled up here. As I said, we're just basically doing the covering of it today. I wanted to show you the basic shape, and I wanted to show you the cover and how you could, ways of how you can cover it. Of course, you could collage on it with anything you want. You could collage with anything. I think I can come right here because I can see that well enough. And it doesn't matter if the tissue isn't perfectly cut. It's so pliable that it almost is nice if it's a little bit more sort of rough and rusticy. Okay, so there's that one. There's that. And then paper, like copy paper, that is jelly printed on gives you even more of a, somehow I got a little bit off there, but that's okay. We can straighten that out. Yeah, copy paper gives you a little bit more substance for, just be careful not to cut too much into your sides or you're going to cut your flap off. Don't ask me how I know that. I just do. Trust me, I just do. And then sometimes you have to kind of check and see if you need to re-glue here and there. But anyway, and this is nice. See, look, it's kind of got a little bit of a fold here. So we'll overlap here. That'll give it another little bit of strength, right? Okay, so we've got 2 sides covered, 3 sides covered. Decide what we want to put up here and over here. I just sort of, on the other one, on this one, I just sort of tried to find prints that complemented each other or went together well. Not anything too drastically different in color. That's kind of neat, but it's not very big. But you could keep that out as an option. Just doing a little digging here, friends. That's kind of pretty. It gives it a little bit of a, more of a neutral. I think I like that one over here. How does that look against that? Yeah, it's all gel printed, so it's all good. All good. excess glue here. Okay, so we've got this part to finish and this back to finish. And save these little scraps because those come in handy for lots of little things. I hope you guys are liking this idea. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed making the first folded tag. As I said on this one, I didn't do like a lot of decorating per se. I felt like you could do that later if you want, right? Kind of off camera a little bit probably, but I guess I could stick it over here. Ooh, ooh, that's kind of neat. It's more in the purpley tone, but that is Mamagami paper, I think. If not, it was just textured paper, but that would give it a lot of substance right there. It's different in color though, so how would that colorway? That's just the back, so I don't know. Let's keep that out as an option. I like the color and I like the texture. But we're kind of working in the blues and the golds. And that's a pretty one. But that'd be a pretty one on something else too. Yeah, a lot of these came from swaps. Oh, that's kind of a pretty option maybe. It's not going to give it much thickness, but it's pretty. You could also just go with something like that. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. Let's tear this down. And this is going to give it a little more substance because it's on copy paper. It's really windy here today. We got snow in the mountains. My husband just had to go up to Mammoth for blood work and a doctor's appointment, and it was snowing, so he took the truck. I opted to stay home. I didn't feel like going, so he's off on his way home from that. But yeah, it's really windy here today, and I did read that it was forecasted to be windy today. I'm going to put that right to that edge, but we'll reinforce that. I just think that will be really pretty there. Yeah, cold and windy. Cold and windy today. Weather's so funny right now. Looks like we're gonna, after this, it's gonna get nice for a few days, and then come Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday next week, we're back to weather again. Rain, probably for us down here in the valley, probably rain, but snow in the mountains, which is good. I mean, we need the snow and we need the rain, so we're in California, so you know, we're always in a drought. What else is new, right? What else is new? See, these little strips, they come in handy. You can use them to reinforce your little edge here. I did that on the other one in a couple spots. I may do that again. But yeah, once it dries, you kind of find, okay, especially when it's folded and bending, some of the glue comes up here and there. And I just like the size of this music page. I knew I'd be covering the whole thing, but I thought it was a good one to show you on how to create your folded tag. As I said, you could do these any size you want. Get a all sticky here. My little traveling magazine. Oh, my little ARP magazine. That's what it is. Yes. My husband used to like to tease me about my ARP magazine till now he's of ARP age, so to speak. I like that. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool, kind of different. Each one's going to come out a bit different, you know. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's pretty, it's blowing pretty good out there. So imagine when my husband gets home. Well, I don't know what we'll do. Maybe, well, nothing outside really, but we'll watch some Olympics or watch a movie. He may go to Harper's game tonight. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I don't think I will. I just don't really feel like I should. And then I feel kind of bad too, since I didn't go to Gav's because I wasn't feeling well Monday night. And so it's like, well, and that was his finals. So I'm going to leave a little bit here to overlap. Oh, I should have tore it. Darn it, I didn't think about it. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, and I feel kind of bad since I wasn't able to make it to his, and it was his final that they got the first place in. So I kind of feel like maybe it'd be best just for me to stay home and continue to recover from this, whatever it is, and catch up with her games when this is gone, since there will be more. I already see there's a little bit coming up there. Okay. And did that not cover all the way down there? No, it didn't. It's gonna be fun for like a blue journal, huh? And you could do these, you know, do a theme like blue journals, purple journals, whatever journals you want. Okay, so there we basically have everything covered. Reinforce that. I want to do a little something here to reinforce this edge. So I think this will be good. It's torn a little bit there though, but I think that might be okay. Let's do this. I do enjoy putting like little bits here and there that were in other places. I think that looks kind of cool. Just carries it on a bit. Just be careful when you're working with like tissue and you get it on your glue book. Pulls off easy. Oops. So I just kind of want to reinforce that edge there. Whoops. Oopsie. Okay, that edge is reinforced. We need to do something there. Watched a few movies this week in between the Olympics since I wasn't feeling too great. I watched kind of a weird one yesterday. It was called Relay. I don't know if any of you have ever seen it. I forgot to tell my husband about it. It was good. I would watch it again because I felt like I missed a lot. Like at the end I was like, kind of a plot twist, and I was like, did I miss something, or is that just the way the movie is? I'm not quite sure. So we got that edge covered. We don't have this one covered. I mean, they don't have to be. I just sometimes like to do it. So here we are, our foldy, 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 foldy. Why are we? I don't know why I'm getting sort of cattywampus here, but it's okay. It all comes together. All right. So now you can think about either covering your edges or even making some pockets. Yeah, I like that. I think that's turning out really cute, but it is just a little bit off. But I'm afraid to cut it because I don't want to cut. Okay, it won't cut my flap off. Like I said, don't ask me how I know. Done it a couple of times, honestly. This isn't one we reinforced anyway, or at least not that I'm aware of. If it is, we just redo it. Just wanted it to be a little straighter. Got lots of little yummy scraps here now. So yeah, now is when you would start thinking about like your pocket or pockets, what you want to do for. Do you want pockets with tags? Do you want flips? Do you want tucks? Yeah, so all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on how to make this folded tag with pockets and cards and tags and things to write on. This one is double. I forgot to tell you that. So this one I doubled over. So it's got 2 writing spots. This one just pulls out with some writing area back there, and the same with the others. So yeah, and I may go in and do more decorating when this makes its home in a journal, but for now it's just sort of a covered, non-decorated, non-finished, completely tag for a journal. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will probably continue to work on this off camera, and then in my next video, or maybe even just a standalone video, I'll show it to you finished. All right, friends, take care, stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you all on my next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.